Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host. And Manchester City have closed the gap to 3 points after a very convincing win against Fulham. Well, I say convincing win, it's kind of the regular, isn't it? 20 times. And it's Wednesday and it's Stateside. We're joined by Danny. Good evening, mate. How are you?
I am fantastic. It is great to be chatting with you guys once again. Top win. Keep it
Good.
going.
Kelster, how are you? Should have done ladies first. Apologies for my manners.
Oh,
Unforgivable. How could you?
I know.
I'm one of the guys anyway. It's fine.
I knew Kelster was going to say I'm not a lady.
Because I'm a lady, that's what. No, I'm routinely told I'm one of the boys, so it's all good. No offense taken.
Right, Jack, how are you? I don't know why my phone's just come alive.
He's trying to get himself copyright strike on the stream.
My phone has just come alive. That was weird.
Yeah, good to see everybody. What a win. Very happy. I'm sure people are upset somehow, but I'm happy.
Here we go. Well, I'm just doing my hosting duties just for 1 sec. Ed will be with us in a minute. He's just took the dog out for a walk. And Vader is here. He's gone MIA for the last 2-3 weeks. Doesn't answer WhatsApps. Doesn't answer his phone. Just ignores you.
I really have nothing to really say. I am in the wrong for how I've been MIA. I have been tuning in, dropping a like, and I've been very impressed with how the crew's been holding everything down. This show's in good hands when you take as much of the show into your own hands and try to minimize what Martin has to say and have him as host. So you guys have been very good, but we're here and we got a lot to discuss.
Minimize what I have to say.
Again, you have many shows, so if this show you're more of the host, it's a good vibe because everybody in the chat, they've heard what you've had to say. So let's hear from Danny and Ryjack and Kels and Ed. You know what I mean?
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I feel like I'm in a space listening to the soundboard.
Well, Vader's now hosting. I'm just going to.
All right, let's go.
Put myself down at the bottom. Who's giving Vader a soundboard? Jesus Christ. Good evening, Dash. Yeah, we're going to get into it, mate. Connor, yep, we will. I'm just going to start a couple of these. We'll come back to them as we go in. Connor, good evening, mate. Dash, no need for that. Language, my friend. Language.
Hey, big up Dar. She was in my chat the whole game. So thanks for joining my stream earlier.
Sleep well, pal. Dream of another win.
I'm starting to notice Dash. Dash gets very panicky during games.
He was spoiling the goals too.
He's getting a little bit like, tell you what, I'll stick me in the middle. There we go. Ash, good evening. Yeah, good evening, by the way. Make sure you slap those likes. Mike, good evening. Hope you are well. Yes, your channel has gifted you 5. So if you have got a membership, make sure you do. Don't forget, we're going to have 2 giveaways this month because of my lack of giving things away. I have slacked. I apologize. I have. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Right.
It is. Well, the way things are going, I might be able to give you away 2 tickets for the Etihad soon, so might as well. No other bugger wants in. Kay, good evening.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're saying if I come in May, there won't be an issue getting tickets?
No, there won't be. Hopefully, Arsenal lose tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Neil, good evening. 3 points, 3 goals, 5 subs, and a clean sheet. You can't ask for more.
Tell you what, Pep making 5 subs for the 70th minute. That's a collector's item.
Well, he'd made 4 by the hour mark.
I know.
I like it.
Yeah, good evening, Adam Quinn. Hope you are well. Mad Hat is in the building. Hello, Cade. We got a second best defense in the league. Yeah, we have. Kelly, good evening. Hope you are well. Keela, Hope you are well from across the other side of the world, my mate. Good morning to you. What's wrong with Haaland, by the way? Slight niggle. Which may actually...
Can I make a point? I despise how the British English contingent says injuries are niggles or knocks and give absolutely no specificity on an injury whatsoever. It's just like, it's a knock. Where? Who knows? Niggle. Where is it on his body? No idea. How long is he out? No idea.
Really?
I don't understand that at all. It makes no sense to me. There's
like
injury
it.
reports. There's injury reports for a reason. Why can't we get a weekly?
Ryjack, what? No, Ryjack. No, hold on. I totally disagree with you.
Buckle in, Danny. We're going deep early.
That's what she said.
What NFL? Wow.
Danny's coming spicy tonight. Danny's coming spicy.
What NFL team do you support, Ryjack?
Jacksonville Jaguars. Got my helmet right there.
Okay, all right, Martin. See. This is the hosting reaction that I don't like. This is Stateside Blues,
it's your show.
And now when we talk football, he's like,
you said NFL. You said NFL.
Yeah, national football. Now, we're all familiar. The team that happened to play the team that happened to play in the Super Bowl, minus the former manager, but he was classic at this, right? Belichick would say injured. He would never give the specifics, and the reason for not giving the specifics is you don't want the ops targeting. You don't want them targeting our players based off of what might be that niggle or knock. I'm actually I'm okay with it. That's just me.
Yeah, but for like us, the fans, I am concerned. I want to know.
Yeah,
an injury report on John Stones with an estimated return date would have been nice.
Yes, that I would agree with. How long might he be out for? Is it a couple of practices or training sessions? That I would agree. I'd like more detail on when the player might be back. I agree.
Do you ask your neighbor what they have for breakfast?
No, but I'm not a fan of my neighbor. I'm a fan of my club. I want to know how my players are. I want to know what's going on. I want to know if John Stones is out for the year or if it's semi-minor. Maybe John Stones.
Kels, what did you have for breakfast?
Because
I cleaned out my refrigerator. I had some scrambled eggs with quinoa, La Victoria sauce, which is amazing. If you ever go to San Jose, California, go to La Vic's and get the orange sauce. Delicious.
Okay.
And avocado and chicken fat. I rendered out chicken fat. Cracklins. That's what I'm thinking of. Cracklins on top.
Healthy breakfast. There you go. See, Martin, having extra details.
This is Chef Kels. This is how she eats.
Extra info.
I didn't have time to cook anything because Judge Mo's like, "Can you come on?" I literally had no time.
And it's fine if Pep wants to say post game, like I don't really know, but maybe on Wednesdays every week we get like here's the injury status for the squad, and this is their estimated return date.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong, that's fine. But give us something. Give us a touch of something.
Do you know why they don't do that? I'll tell you exactly why they don't do that.
Don't say HIPAA laws.
No, 115.
But no club does it. It's not just City.
No, but City do it more because the club don't want to give the media a lot of info anymore, which is sadly in turn means the fans won't get a lot of info.
Yeah, well, in the American sports, they don't do it out of the kindness of their heart. They do it because it's a rule. It's a league rule that you have to do it. You have to publish your injury report, which that's why you don't. No,
they do. Yeah. It'll be on the Premier League, but they're not going to. It won't do. It'll tend to do the specific because the problem is it's hard on the day of because you've got swelling. You could have scans that need to be done. It may be totally. It's like, for example, say you bang your foot and you think, "Oh, I'm all right." Then the next day you wake up and it's like the size of a bloody football.
Yeah.
I suppose that's what they're just.
That's why once a week is fine with me. I don't need it every single day.
I like how the club does give that information as very last minute as possible. I've noticed for a while now how Pep likes to, obviously the training sessions are post his required interviews, right? So he's like, I can't tell you anything. They haven't trained yet. And then obviously he goes through the training session and something discussed later. So I think it's keeping a lot of information close, but I would agree it'd be nice to know, you know what, John Stones, he's not available for 6 weeks, 7 weeks as an estimate and blah blah blah. But yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious on Haaland, because he tried to release that pass, and because of it, the defender tried to prevent it, and I think there was that slight collision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it's nothing too much.
I mean, he scored. He did a nice run and scored after that. So I think he should be decent. I mean, he was going to miss the next game anyway. He'll have a long rest period. I forget who we play next.
Salford.
Exeter,
Salford.
Newcastle.
You say he's going to miss the next game. You played
Nice.
against Salford, so
I don't
No,
think
no,
he's going
against
to ever
Exeter.
play. Dude, tell him to go on his private jet and go hang out in Marbella for a couple of days. And
No,
take
he's not
Rodri with
playing.
him. The two of them, go chill out in Spain, go sunbathe, have a week off, enjoy yourself. We're fine.
Well,
And
let's
if
get
he
into
needs
the
to take
starting
Newcastle
11.
off, we got Marmouche, who's tattooed him for 4 goals in his 2 appearances against him.
Well, let's get
Okay.
into starting 11. I'm going to start. We'll start with Dan here. We'll
Yeah,
start
go
with the top, then we'll come in. I had a bit of a. I thought the starting 11 was great. Not a problem with it. Nice rotation, good bit of freshness in there. And then I saw everyone having a meltdown again.
Why?
And I'm like, hang on, you were all asking for rotation 2 weeks ago. He's rotated, but again, we're back to the old problem of he's rotated the wrong players for some, because their boys have had to come out the team. Hence
I
the
think some people just want Foden to be benched forever.
yeah, and some people want Cherky to never be benched, and they want
Exactly.
Kushnerov to never be benched. And those were the main two. Diaz and Foden seemed to really split everyone pre-game. And for me, I thought it was a good time to do a little bit of rotation. I mean, Dan, did you have any issues with that 11?
I liked what he did with changing the front three up, because I didn't like it at Anfield. I thought it was too, like I always say on every show, it's like having 3 strikers up front. The first touches aren't all great. There's no sort of ability to beat a man. So I like having a creator on the right-hand side. I would have preferred Cherky to be there. I didn't think Foden was entirely horrible. I thought the execution in the final third really let him down today. But the way the game played out, the way we pressed extremely well, won the ball high up the pitch, it suited Foden, but the execution wasn't there. But overall, I thought the lineup was fine, and it got the job done and then some. So fair enough.
Rajat, you were nodding away there with agreement.
Yeah, I like the lineup. I mean, I wanted rotation. I would have, when I did my predicted lineup, I had it was a little different. Like I was playing Nico G, I was playing Marmouche over Semenyo. I thought Reinders might get in over Foden, but I was fine with the rotation. I mean, I think all can agree we should have probably rotated more than we have earlier on in the year. So, like, I know people have their players they love and they want to see Cherky for the flair and the you know the Cherky factor, but he can't play every game.
Anyone unhappy with the 11?
That was about what I predicted.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to ask if someone's unhappy with the 11 in hindsight. After
Well, yeah, that was a bit naughty of me. That was being.
After a 3-0, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
was
I
anyone,
think for me-
was anyone thinking? Because I'll be honest with you, before the game, I was surprised Diaz came straight back in for Kushner.
Not really. I think Diaz looked good when he came on against Anfield, and we don't know how impactful that injury was on Husanov. That knock he hit with the face, so I don't know if you want to start him straight away after that. I think in agreement with Danny, my major thing was the front line, because I think we saw Semenyo when we were playing in this formation. He's not really that inside creative type. I think you want him to be on the end of things. So I think it was just depending on him or Marmouche was going to drop out this game. And I think I might make a bold statement here, but I think we've actually found our midfield to move forward for the rest of the season. I think O'Reilly moving into the midfield gives us extra energy, gives us extra legs, because we are more vulnerable when we have a Bernardo and a Foden, or Bernardo and a Cherky, or Bernardo and a Reinders.
Heating up.
Than when we have a Bernardo and O'Reilly, because O'Reilly is more physical than all those 3 players. He's energetic. He can win duels. And I think I'm not saying long term, but I'm saying for right now this season, I think Pep has found the answer in that midfield. If he wants to bring in a Nico Gino O'Reilly or Roger and O'Reilly, I think that gives us a lot of solidity, and it makes us harder to be broken down.
Can I give you and maybe this is me, that front three I actually thought got Haaland more in the game. I thought Haaland was a lot more mobile.
Need that creative spark. That's what you need.
I thought he was more mobile. I thought he was coming a bit deeper, holding the ball up well. He was putting him off his chest. He was getting involved in some tackle. I mean, first half, because obviously we know, I think the second half just, in my opinion, which we'll come to in a bit, I thought that front three had a nice flow, nice little chemistry about it. It was just me, I don't know. It seemed it watching it live. Watching Semenyo and Foden go up and down, and there was Nunes getting involved and Bernardo. There was a lot of fluidity in that first half for me, which I enjoy. Because I think when we're more fluid, we look better.
No, I think a lot of that was because the press was a lot more on point than it has been. We were forcing a lot more errors high up the pitch than we usually do. And, they were trying to make passes into the midfield and it was getting intercepted, and they were very exposed in that sense. So a lot of that's due to how well Gay sort of stepped up a bit and intercepted balls higher up the pitch as well. I think Ike Nuri as well, as I said on the LB show just now, he deserves a lot of credit. The way he defended both the tackle in the second half and the way he started the third goal, and it was just boom, boom, boom back of the net. Simple 3 or 4 touches. But again, I think we're defending a lot better. I think if this is sort of the pressing structure going forward, we're going to find a lot more success, a lot less sort of nerves being frayed. So yeah, keep it going. The first half performance was extremely sustainable today. And the second half, it wasn't free-flowing, but it was boring. I've been crying out for boring second halves where we don't collapse, and that's what we got.
I said that. Yeah, I loved it. I don't know why. I loved that second half because it was boring.
Because I've noticed back in when we were winning stuff, when we were winning 3 or 4 leagues on the bounce, that second half will get painted as conservation of energy, and now it's getting painted as unsustainable. We're shit. We need to stop collapsing in the second half. It's the same thing we've usually been doing. We were making subs early on. It wasn't our best 11 out there, and it played like our second best 11. So I don't.
Yeah, we went from fourth gear down to second gear.
Yes,
and we just conserve energy.
This is an American show. Nobody knows what that means except for me, because I actually drive a manual.
Yeah,
this is an American panel. They don't drive stick.
Yeah, I get the gist, but I have no experience driving a manual.
Okay, fourth and fifth gear is when you're going up.
And I'll never go back.
Second gear is like when you just you pull over to the left.
You don't have to explain it.
She's starting the car. Second gear is moving forward. Third gear is going fast, like about 25, 30-ish. Then then fourth gear is like probably the gear you're in the most, because that one you can use that to accelerate. Like if you're getting on the freeway, you want to be in fourth gear and you punch it. And then fifth gear and sixth gear are like the cruising ones.
And for your information to the Canadian and to the Englishman, these are miles, not kilometers. So
thank you, Danny. I like that. I like that.
My first car was stick, and I actually learned how to drive it taking it off the lot. But everybody knows, because even with the automatic, it still shows you still have the gears that if you wanted to do it, quote unquote, manually, you can still use that. But I want to go back to the point made with regards to boring, right? This boring football. I think we just managed it professionally. We managed it in the sense where, okay, if the opportunity's there, we'll investigate, we'll explore. We won't force the issue. There's a few instances, they did catch us, but it's a football game. Like the opposition's gonna maybe create a string of passes and create an opportunity, but I thought for the large part, we were like, listen, let's just manage it, especially with the sub to Haaland. I thought many players were like, you know what, we're not going to put ourselves in any unnecessary risks here. And it was managed really well.
Yeah.
I also, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think we have to give credit to Pep, because when he saw the team faltering, he made changes. I think there's been critics of him saying he waits too long to make changes until a team scores or a team catches up with us. And I think he was more on the front foot today with making those changes, because I felt like maybe he wasn't fluid, but I thought you saw the energy improvement come into play when he made those subs, because I do think some players were tiring. And Bernardo Silva did do a lot of runs today. I think you saw him, and I think it was okay, let's keep the energy levels high, keep the press high, engaged, and I like the subs early. Go ahead, man.
I think it's all.
Go on, mate.
I think the manager of players, Pep's always going to get criticized either way, right? He's going to make the subs, and someone will be like, oh, you should have kept the player on, let them get into form or whatever. You're always going to find reason to maybe criticize the manager's decision player-wise. But I think because of us playing midweek, it was actually managed really well. I thought it was managed really well. And we can be critical on what we see from the next game, but having everybody kind of like get a run, everybody get a run, with the exception of Haaland, which was I think a medical kind of type sub. We should all be very confident with what we're doing, and the temporary pressure that we may not be applying to the best team in Europe.
Also, I have to caveat something too. We did play on Sunday, and on Saturday we can't rotate as much as we want to because we just loaned out our entire academy.
Who'd we play on Sunday?
A lot of these players who played today are probably going to have to play on Saturday. I know there'll be. I mean, obviously Rico Lewis is going to play, but we sold Oscar Bob, so he can't play 90 minutes for us. Mafoni and Makasa are both gone, so they're not going to be able to play for us. So I think you're going to see a lot of first teamers in there. You'll probably see Max Elaine come back in. You might see John Stones since he was on the bench, but you're going to have Turkey's going to have to play a lot of minutes. You know, I think. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Haaland with the injury, probably not. But my goal is this: I don't want to see Haaland, Foden, not Foden. Sorry, I don't want to see Rodri, Bernardo, or Haaland on Saturday. We don't need them for that game. Let them have 10 days off. They played a lot of minutes. You know, Rodri's still coming back from his fitness, but Bernardo has played a lot of minutes. So give him 10 days off, and you'll see a fantastic Bernardo. Like I keep saying. If you play him once a week, you're going to get the best out of him. He'll be great every game because he won't get tired.
100%. I mean,
wait. I've been gone for a while. What's happened to Kels?
I've said this for months. Maybe you're not listening to me, but that's okay.
She got bored of the Bernardo agenda, so she's finally gone, right, I'm going to switch it up. Switch it up a little bit.
You know, I did say this on the show, and I've said it to you in private messages, Martin, too. I said you get the best out of this guy if you play him less.
Whoa, you can say, look, this
I'm
is why.
Teasing Kels, I'm teasing.
She's getting a bit, she don't like it no more. So, yeah, right.
I told you, I have 2 agendas on the guy, and that's one of them. Play once a week.
Martin, before you do that, please. Can we also take a second, everybody in the chat, let's remember these players aren't robots. We had a tremendous
Why does he have to play?
historical moment on Sunday, and these players didn't drop a level. There wasn't like an emotional drop. There wasn't you know what, let's look past this team. I got to give credit to how these guys performed right after such a huge win versus Liverpool.
Yeah,
I just wanted to get that out.
We're going to talk about that, Kathy, don't worry. That's in my notes for tonight. I need to talk the first goal because, again, I think he's now starting to get the credit he deserves. But Mateus Nunes' crossing, he's up there with some of the best wingers I've seen in a long time. Again, it was his whip ball in, a little bit over Haaland, and Semenyo Johnny on the spot there, and puts the ball into the net, which I thought was a lovely big up the LB Raiders. I really do love Nunes on that right. I think he's such a lovely crosser with the football.
Mm-hmm.
And Semenyo, I know it was slightly over Haaland's head, but it was a great assist by the Fulham defender. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I mean, was he trying to add that back to his goalie, or was he just? I don't know what he was trying to.
I think he thought Haaland.
Great assist.
Yeah, it caught him off guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The press, I think. Yeah, the press caught him off guard. Exactly.
He's so consistent now.
That's what you just said.
Because even if his cross doesn't find someone, he puts it into that corridor of uncertainty. He's making the defenders make decisions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's whip
and he was also involved in the second goal, which we'll come on to in a bit, Dana. It was his press out that got us going into that fluidity move. For the second goal.
Whoa! Before you move on to the second goal, let's
No, I'm just saying, yeah. I'm doing my Nunes props. Props.
He's ascended to like a top 3 right back in the league for me now. I don't know if rival fans will ever rate him like that because I feel like subconsciously, rivals still think he's a midfielder just playing right back. For me, he's a full-on right back now. I don't think of him as midfielder Nunes or left-wing Nunes anymore. He is my right back, and he's playing like a right back now.
For agenda's sakes, I'm going to keep referring to him as a midfielder playing right back.
Oh yeah, to push how smart Pep was to make that decision in the first place. Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean,
He's
Nico
not
Rev
third,
was doing the
he's
same
top
thing
four.
on the left too.
Like, I mean, if you're saying it's Reece James, Timber, maybe then Nunes, maybe Munoz, like certainly he's in that group with Munoz, I'd say.
It depends on what you want from a fullback. Do you want a defending fullback or do you want one who's actually going to contribute offensively? Because if you're going to say who the best fullback is, I think that's a big factor. Because a lot of people agree, like the big name is Yuri and Timber, but I don't rate that guy going forward at all. I think that's a big reason Saka's been dropping off is because I don't think he provides the same support that Ben White was giving to Saka to give him the freedom to do things because Timber is just such a non-factor going forward. It's like mostly, I mean, Calafiore, if you watch him and you watch Calafiore, it's 2 different players. Like Calafiore does all that stuff.
Yeah,
Timber does not. But Timber's elite. Timber's the best defender out of everybody. So it depends on what you want. If you're playing more defensive, you probably want Timber. If you want to play free-flowing football, you're going to want a Nunes.
Timber's up there. Reece James is absolutely up there. Coyote.
Reece
James was sorry. One sec, Raj. If Reece James had been putting in the performances Nunes had, he'd be everywhere.
Yeah, because again, rivals know him as a right back, even though he did play as a academy, and
he's been playing in the middle like most of the season, though.
Inverted.
Yeah,
go on,
Raj. Sorry, mate.
I mean,
starting as a midfielder for Chelsea.
Not to like completely change the topic, but on Reece James, I feel like he's so good that if there was 11 Reece Jameses, he would win versus everyone in the Prem.
I just shoot on
versus any other.
I don't know. 11 Reece James versus 11 Bernardo Silvas. Oof.
That's
a tough one.
Kels.
Reece James is winning. If there's
LB's finished, Tariq's here now.
You wanted me to see you after class? Sorry.
Hey, I owe a lot of people some appearances.
Here goes the stream again.
Sorry, you're trying to make the show. You're too busy trying to tell me.
One at a time.
Yeah. No, you're telling me I have to see you after class, and yet you're too busy mid-show trying to tell Rich how good your graphic design is. Show everybody the thumbnail for the good people at home, Martin.
No, that's for later on in the show.
All right, fine, okay.
It is a good thumbnail though, and it's going to hit the point tomorrow. It's going to really, well, I'll show you now. It is going to hit on
teaser.
Top of
Teaser, I told you, you couldn't wait.
I'll tell you what it's about.
Why does it look like the FA Cup's new logo's the Mancunian way? Oh, because that's on my screen, is it?
Yeah, it's because of the watermark.
Yeah.
Watermark. So yeah, that will be tomorrow. We'll do a little teaser at the end, but I have got some very strong views on the state of City and this ticketing situation at the moment, which I will talk about more tomorrow. Well, like I said, I thought was great, and then the second goal, like I said, Nunes just brings that ball out from the back with such elegancy and power, and then we just push through. It was a typical Manchester City break transition goal, if you look at the way we do it. And Haaland was involved in that as well. If you look, Haaland, when he picks up the ball from Nunes, he's 20 yards inside his own thing, gets tackled. I think that's, by the way, when he does his groin. I'll be honest with you. If you actually look, he kind of gets up off the challenge and he stumbles and he holds his groin. I think that's when he got the pain and the niggle. But Haaland involved in that.
Give him 10 days off.
And then O'Reilly, who I just thought was absolutely sublime tonight.
Yeah,
that guy is turning into a superstar before
I'm falling in love with O'Reilly more and more.
Yeah, and I also want to give credit to Semenyo as well, because I thought he had a really good game today as well. I think coming off that Anfield game where a lot of people were like, is he a big game player? Can he, I think he had a really solid performance with us with the goal and with the assist. And, it was nice movement for that second one. I think we've all been crying out for a counterattack goal for a little while here on some breaks. And it was great to see, even out Nori, right? It was good to see Nori, how he was able to move quickly and pass quickly too. So it was all around good team goal.
Yeah. Has anyone? I mean, for me, O'Reilly was man of the match. It was man of the match.
Oh, it was Gay for me.
Yeah, probably too. Gay was a close.
Yeah, between Gay
and honorable mention to Nori as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of praise to go around. And if we look at how we're playing and we're being more consistent with the movement, I think there's still that little bit left, because I don't know if you guys have seen this, and but when Shirky's on the pitch, I see it more, or maybe I'm just tuned in and it's heightened. But even when he's not on the pitch, I'm noticing that there's a few more flicks and tricks, but the team isn't quite alert. Like, they're not ready for it. There's a few where I think it was Nunez. He kind of did a little flick on, and it wasn't like it wasn't red. And I see Shirky do that a few times where the guys quite familiarity. When these guys are so in sync with each other, we're going to be destroying teams. Like, defenses aren't going to know which way we're going or the movement is, because I think there's that growing confidence. We're so close to being like, oh yeah, this is dominant City again. And I love the journey that we're witnessing. I love that we're having the ups and downs, because I think we're going to get to such a high level soon.
Yeah,
next season we're gonna come out. I think we're gonna come out and just absolutely
it's
back bitches.
And that's the
question.
question.
That's what's gonna happen.
Can we put it together before this season ends enough to really run Arsenal close? Or, because I agree with you, I think we've set the foundation to be really strong next year. It's just a matter of how far into the future can we push it? Can we push it into this season?
I think we can, Tariq, because I think Arsenal have shown their hand earlier this season than what we have.
Yeah,
I think they've probably had games where they played better over the course of 90 minutes, but they've been forced to play at a higher capacity or at a higher rate and things like that too. And I don't think we've shown our hand yet. We had the same question mark. We had the same question marks in the treble season, and look how quickly things changed from around about March time. And I was going to say, given the momentum of Liverpool, given the fact this was a good performance, and we said in the group chat earlier, didn't we? Ed,
not doing
Martin,
that.
anyway. Said it was really. We were really I was really comfortable with the way we controlled that second half in a way. It's not the same as 4 in a row. It's not the same as treble, where it's just absolute lock it down. You're not getting past us come hell or high water. But given the way that we play now, there is a lot more opportunities for us to, we do create a lot more chances for teams to, turn the ball over. But it was still a very, very controlled performance. And I think we're starting to see that. We're seeing things happen in the last couple of weeks that definitely won't happen in the first half of the season. And this is just exactly the same as what we've seen in previous seasons where we've been successful, and we're building towards those sort of performances that we absolutely go crazy for when it comes around March, April, May every single season.
Yeah, I think the key is Pep has typically tinkered until he's figured it out, and then once he's figured it out, that's when we go on those big runs. I'm starting to think maybe with this 4-2-2-2, this might be Pep's figured it out. And now we're starting to see, I know what we want to do now. Now we can go and actually be dominant. We don't have to,
He's done his dabbling since August. Now he's got it. Now he's got it locked in. Now he's got it locked in. Yeah.
Well, Tariq, I know you were late coming in. I said earlier, my bold statement was, I think, or putting O'Reilly into that midfield, I think could be the answer for the season. Just because when we have the other midfielders in there, like O'Reilly's just a better physical presence there, and he can win more duels there, and he can get around the pitch a little bit more when you have like a Rodri, Bernardo, Foden in there, or Reinders, or Cherky. He just gives you that little extra solidity in the midfield.
I kept saying Rodri needed a big body next to him.
I'm sorry to jump in. I have to jump for 2 minutes. Guys, when we big up a player, we need to stop this degrading other players. We're not going to do that here. We're not O'Reilly. We're not bigging up O'Reilly to drop Foden.
No, it's not.
Right? And this comment, sorry, Jambo, you're celebrating because he nearly got sent off. What are you doing? Grow up.
No, Foden had a good game.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
today.
do this thing of opinions. You're entitled to the opinion, but we're going to call out bullshit opinions.
Foden looked hungry today. He was trying really hard. He was running around everywhere. He was shooting the ball. I mean, maybe they weren't the greatest of shots, but he did not look scared today. He looked like he wanted the ball and he wanted to make something happen. So I liked him today. I mean, he looked a little rusty, and that's to be expected. He hasn't played a lot. So
improved,
I have no issues with Foden today.
Yeah, he was improved, but still a long way back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and he'll get that by getting the reps in. So I think he'll start
by the
a
way-
solo game, and that's good. That's good
Well-
rhythm. Get in the rhythm.
I mean, the one thing I'd say, I think he is getting his confidence back. To try that volley he did in the first half. Jesus.
Yeah.
If I tried doing that, I'd be in hospital for a week because I'll have ripped every single muscle, joint, and everything else that was in
We
my
don't
body.
want anything happening to that sweet left foot of yours.
That's a good point. So, no, was Foden perfect? No. I think it was a 7 out of 10, but I think Foden was great in the first half. I think second half, I don't think we were bad. I'm going to come on to this later when I come back. I think the second half was done by, what's the word?
Design.
Was done
Conservation.
by design.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think Pep told them to just cool down, relax.
There was
We didn't need
second,
to do it.
Martin.
It
It was
wasn't a
second leg
collapse.
against Newcastle sort of vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, but the second half was a bit more controlled as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't the collapse we have been seeing that gave me so much concern, and I'm sure gave all you guys concern as well. It wasn't that. It was more of a, okay, now let's just be professional and see the game out, see the match out.
Yeah.
And I got to give Mark Gahey a lot of credit. The last 5 minutes of that game, he was everywhere in the box, and he made a number of beautiful saves. That could be. Look, I keep saying Ryan Cherky or Donnarumma are the signings of the season. Mark Gahey is very quickly putting himself in that conversation of being one of our signings of the season. And we might have an issue on our hands next season when Yash goes back. Picking 2 out of those 3 center backs for every game. I'm sure Pep is going to love having the options because I really like what Gahey's
play them all together if
Third
you
or
put
fourth
Yash
game for the
left.
club, just outstanding.
Well,
You can play
Danny,
the
should we
Yash
bring
right.
over the topic we had at LB show about Vita Hayes?
I was gonna say you played
'Cause
all.
that's going to be
four centers.
a big question in the summer.
Oh man.
And look at how big Husinov is improving.
Improving,
I can't even say it. I was trying to say improving in performance at the same time, and it did not happen. But
I think
Husinov
it's-
has looked fantastic in this run too. I mean, obviously there's games here and there, but
But-
you know,
Sort of, well, it's a
we
great-
can have 5 really elite center backs next season, so that could be that'd be
It's
crazy.
the right problem to have because I think if there's anything where we've had concerns, if we look back last season and this season, it has been defensive availability. So if we're a little deep in that area of the player wise, I think it's kind of calm. Also, I'm going to use what you just said, Kels, in a different way. I'm going to say Shirky was a signing of 2025, right? Shirky was 2025, and then Gahey was 2026. So we can manage both things and not have them conflict because I think what we're getting bang for buck with what Shirky does, whether he starts or comes off, he's that player to have impact. And it can't be said enough. I get frustrated when I see Foden, Silva on the right-hand side, both being left-footed because the slipping of passes, you kind of know which each of them want to get back to.
Yeah.
And when Nunes is there, then we can kind of get the whip and crosses. But when you got Shirky in that combination, he's either-footed. Like, either way, he's going either way. If you show too much this way, he's going to go that way. If the defender shows too much that way, so we're going to have some great problems in attack. And I think whenever he's on that pitch, he makes a moment, and that's what you want.
Yeah, and before we move on from the attack, I think this is like the happiest I've been with our attacking options in about 5 years since that COVID season where we had the false 9 and we had Jesus and Aguero and Ferran Torres. And you could play different sorts of systems with different mix and matches of players. Like with ours now, you have Semenyo and you have Marmouche. They're just like industry plants. They'll score. They may not look pretty doing it, but they'll score. You have Savio, who's good at finding Haaland, he's more of a creator type. You've got Foden and Cherokee, who sort of straddle in between on their days. When Foden's clicking, he scores, he assists. Cherokee, it always seems to be his day, at least most of the time. Then you've got Haaland, who's just the big guy up front. And then Doku, I talked about players who don't look pretty playing their game. Doku looks pretty doing his. He beats his men very, very often. He links up with Haaland nowadays. He's excellent in central areas now. Now, I said this when I was on Terex last night. We play this 4-2-2-2 where it's a bit more narrow. I think Doku will absolutely cook in this system. If you play in that middle two, just behind the strikers, he gets to create from central areas, and he's got two guys to pick out. It's not just Haaland now. So I think I'm going to really enjoy seeing him there.
Reinders as well.
Reinders is another one of those attacking players.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he was fantastic against Newcastle, so he's a very good option to have available. Yeah. That's crazy. I think the only one we're missing in the attack is Savinho right now. Doku, obviously, but I don't know when he's coming back. That's becoming a concern for me. The Doku injuries. That is.
But Coach, I know you have
becoming.
Coach, I know you have some issues with that, but I think when you have the bodies there that you can rotate with him, I think that will keep him less injury prone. I think it's when you have him playing consistently for a stretch of 10 to 15 straight games is when he can pick up his niggles because of his burst of pace. But when you have a Semenyo there, when you have maybe a Savinho there, I know people have some thoughts about Marmoush leaving or not, but when you have those bodies there, you can rotate him more, which will help with the injuries.
This is stateside blues, and I know this doesn't apply to English football, but I miss an enforcer on the pitch. I miss a player that's going to be like, you know what? Oh, you just got away with a tackle on my player. Expect that I'm going to lay one on you later in this game. Because Doku, in my opinion, this late not being available is because of a ridiculous yellow card that should have been a red that I think lingered onto him. And Pep's mentioned this. If the players aren't going to be protected by these refs, like you're going to allow these continued impact plays, which are fouls, because no one can get the ball off Doku. If you're going to allow this, it is going to end up adding up, and these players aren't going to be available. So I think it was so poorly managed that Delo was able to put a tackle like that should have been a red. He should have been missing games, and we have a player that misses games because of the added fouls that add up to it. I miss the days of, you know what, you're going to have that Roy Keane type attitude, that Fernandinho in that midfield. I remember what you did, and I'm laying one on you later in the game. I think we need that.
Nigel de Jong you can throw in there as well.
Yeah, Nigel de Jong is a good one. Do you think we need to go to market for that, or do you see anybody on our team who could be doing that?
I think we need to go to market for that.
Well, the name we keep being linked to is Elliot Anderson. Is he much of an enforcer?
I don't think we would actually do it, but I don't think we currently
have a player. Find someone to do that role. But there are some people who we might get. Like, again, when we brought in Fernandinho, we didn't bring him in to be an enforcer. He just happens to have that kind of a mentality, that mindset. And, again, I say it in all sports, and I say it when I watch in City games. When Rico Lewis was getting bullied, because he's the smallest person on the pitch. Where's the Man City players that's going to come around and knock somebody around a little bit to say you're not going to get away with just abusing my teammate, my little brother, my whatever. So I understand that mentality, and I want to see it too. I just don't know if that's because we have so much technical ability. We don't need to. We haven't needed to have the physical. Whatever. Some of the players that are less technical are the ones that are going to be your more physical enforcers or whatever, and we just don't need to have that.
I think Rodri before the ACL was kind of doing that,
but
not always. But I think he did. The obvious one is the Gibbs White incident, but I do think he would stand up for Rico. Diaz has done it in the past, but again, Diaz is starting to pick up a lot more injuries, so maybe he's kind of calming down from doing stuff like that to protect his body.
But Pat, to your point earlier, I think you need 5 good center backs on your team anyway, just due to injuries and stuff like that. And I just see Max Elaine leaving and us bringing back
pure profit. Yeah,
that's all I see happening.
Because the amount of money that we're forced to spend to get ahead of the queue to get Vital Hayes is not someone who's just going to be a year by year loan pace. Really, I think I think he needs to come back. I think he needs to compete. And also, too, we've heard from what Pep said as well, too. He has intentions of using him for a lot more versatility as well. He's talking about him being a future 6. He's talking about him, probably even in a position of probably try and play against the whole back 4. Like with Vito Hayes, they do compare his ball playing style to a bit like John Stones, but he seems to offer a bit of that Danilo sort of level of versatility, basically. So this is, to me, as a player that's going to be a long-term, a slow burn in terms of his development as well. So if anybody's talking about a lane being 5th choice or anything like that, I think it's going to be Vito Hayes, because he's got the experience now playing in Europe and he'll come down and he'll take that world of knowledge that he's got, regardless of where Girona finish in La Liga, and he'll take that. And, it'll take him a long way into the squad as well, too. And let's not forget, just because we say we think he's 5th in the pecking order in terms of centre-backs this season doesn't mean that he's going to be in 6 to 9 months from now anyway. Look at what happened with Nathan Ake when we signed him. We said he was going to be 4th or 5th, and within a year or two, there was a shout of him being player of the season in the treble year. So it all depends what the player can bring and when they get given the right opportunities at the right time as well, too. So going forward, I think if you looked at a defensive depth, and let's assume Stones and Ake are out by the end of this summer, you're talking about a defensive depth of Stones, Gvardiol, Gahey, Kuzanov, and Victor Hayes. And I think that looks very, very, very good for future seasons.
Okay, I mean, yeah. I just want to touch on the third goal because we were 3-0 up at half time. 8-0 with another again, lovely driving run. Into Foden. Foden with a lovely 3-ball for Haaland. And Haaland just finishes that edge of the penalty area just outside superbly. What a finish by him.
Finally, Foden gets the assist. Haaland didn't scuff it. Foden should have 8 to 10 more assists this season based on
Listen, I'm not even going to
served up.
I'm not even. The Foden stuff's getting really boring to me. It really is, because I think Foden's become a victim of the Turkey loving. Instead of just looking at it and going, we've got 2 brilliant players, people are picking and choosing.
There'll be games 2 of them together again in this 4-2-2-2.
But Real Mario, you just said still no GNA. So this is where I'm questioning the people are watching.
He did get an assist, though, didn't he?
He got an assist.
He did, yeah.
He assisted to Haaland.
Kels, it's funny because when he got the assist, I immediately thought of you, and I could hear your voice in the background saying, Haaland always scuffs up Foden's assist. He always messes up Foden's assist. So when he did it, I was like, he finally got one.
Oh, I made a big point about it in the watch-along. I was like, finally got an assist to Foden. I even tweeted it, too. I was like, I Foden assist to Haaland. Yes.
Well, I saw a stat today, purely to realise this. You sent it out, Kel, in the group chat. Is Foden has got 100 GNA, 0 penalties, and there's only 3 players in the history of the Premier League to do that. Mm-hmm. 0 penalties. Oh, he's got 100 GNA.
Sent that? I don't know.
I think I sent that, but yeah.
Phil Foden, Gabriel Bangalore, and who was the other one?
Damien
It was on StatMuse.
That's not a very flattering comparison.
No, but what I mean is to get 100 GNA, none of them are penalties, Danny, is a massive thing.
Damien Duff.
I saw the
Damien Duff was great.
Damien Duff, Phil Foden. And
yeah.
We know why you're saying Damien Duff's good, Danny. Yeah, go on.
Did I not?
I missed
that chat.
I don't even know who Damien Duff is, so.
I don't understand.
Neither do
We've
I,
got a big up Cherky.
He was good. He was a good player.
What's happening is with the Foden Cherky stuff is what happened with the Doku Grealish stuff. And it's happening with some are doing it with the Donnarumma and Ederson stuff, and some are doing it with. Can we not just like all? We should on this channel we back all players.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but we do. There'll be games where Foden will start. There'll be games when Cherky will start. There'll be games when they both start. There'll be games when neither of them start. That's football.
Slow burn it with Turkey. He's going to be here a long time. Foden's going to be here a long time. Next season, there's going to be a lot. There'll be more room in that midfield for them both to play next season. So just be patient. Be patient. It's going to happen.
They've got to grow up.
Ed, you're on mute.
Muted, Ed.
I also want to highlight that Haaland tied Colin Bell with that goal. So he's tied now with Colin Bell for 4th all time.
He's with Colin Bell, yeah.
So how does I think in the last 8 games, Haaland has 8 goals. So I think we can all just breathe a little bit deeper that he's getting back into form. He's banging in goals for us, and I think he's also fourth or third in the league in assists. So I think just let the man cook. Let the man cook. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Foden was very good in the first half. Second half, I agree, he dipped, but I think he went in that deeper role. That first half, he was more attacking. Second half,
yeah, when Bernardo came off, he went deep.
Yeah, they all went deeper. But this is the problem. People aren't looking at it in a. I mean, I think I've heard you say this before, Danny. Sometimes it's lazy analysis.
Yeah.
It is. And some people do watch, you're not going to like this, there's some people who watch football on FootMod. That's how they follow the game, is via FootMod.
Yep.
They're watching
We're going through the
the
stats.
ones who say Rodri's washed up.
Yeah.
The other thing too is you got to look at the long term as well too, because if you want to take yourself back to the last few seasons, like our best performances when we've won trophies, our best performances have always come late in the season. And where does that come from? That comes from conserving energy and playing controlled football over a period of time in the course of games or over the course of certain fixtures, because you have to prioritize. And what happens? That energy that you save will go a long way to actually being able for players to perform when it actually matters. Knockouts of Champions League, must-win games at the end of the league season, and things like that. So so when you look at it, you might think, oh, they took their foot off the gas. Yes. And then in 3 months' time, when we go and batter, I don't know, Bayern Munich or Arsenal or something in the semi-final of the Champions League, that's the sort of second half performances you come back to, because you're conserving energy for when it matters most.
Yeah. And I mean, and in the second half, I get it. But we made the subs. We're going 3-0. Happy's Larry. And everyone was happy. And I think second half, I think Fulham did come out with a little bit of a. I think I will say, just my opinion, for the first 10 minutes of the second half, thought we were a bit sloppy.
Yes.
I think after that.
We were noticing this in the watch along. The whole game, both teams, something seemed off. Like everybody on that pitch was over or under cooking passes. They were kind of dying.
It was heavily raining too.
We think the pitch was oversaturated.
Yeah, it was heavily raining. It was heavily raining.
I don't know if you noticed that in the ground, but from the TV, it looked that way. And we were noticing it for everybody. It wasn't just City play. Fulham were having the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I think a wage increase.
Is Venom in here?
And I said this in the WhatsApp group too. I think with the second half for me, it wasn't like an onslaught of pressure by the other team. I think we had times where we got on the ball, we got free kicks, we had some attacking options there. And so I thought we had more control in this second half than compared to maybe the Tottenham game, for example, right? Where it was like 30, 35 minutes of onslaught pressure. And you're just like, can somebody just get on the effing ball here and slow the game down?
Do you think the subs helped?
Oh, yeah. The subs. I felt the subs helped massively. I think Bernardo came off at a good time. I think it just injected that energy to keep up the press, to hold on to the ball. Because I just think that's what you need to do when like Danny's saying, we're pressing from the start of the game, right? So, and plus with this formation, you're going to have to do a lot of running. And maybe, like what other people were saying, it's going to take a season for the team to build into that, to where it's sustained for long periods of time. So I think you're going to have to utilize your subs in order to sustain that energy and pressure. And like with the Rodri sub, I thought it was good to bring on Nico G during that time, because I thought Rodri was becoming sloppier with his passes and his tackling at times too. So I think Pep did a really good job of managing the players there.
Yeah. Rajak and Betty had to drop because, Rajak has a newborn baby. And I've been there. It's hard. By the way, Danny, can you read that out? Because I think that is some good analytical viewpoint, and I like it.
When Bernardo couldn't control the game next to Rodri, Foden dropped deep, kept it ticking, doing what Silva did in the first half. Somehow, when Phil controls the game, he becomes terrible to some people. I agree. I think it's like you were just talking about in the chat, Martin. He's suffering from his own success. He had that incredible lights-out season in 23-24, and that's the standard people expect out of him. People don't repeat Player of the Year seasons over and over and over again.
No.
It's not.
You get that because you've gone above and beyond what you would normally do. The
Same
same
with
way.
Haaland as well.
Yeah.
Haaland broke the scoring record in his first season. Now he'll go scoreless 2-3 games and it's drop him, kick him out the team. I'm like, mate, he has credit in the bank now. Relax, he'll get back to form. And I think we're seeing him get back to form now too. So
I keep saying it, I think people just won't end the player FC thing. And I get it. But for me, I just sit there and I look at some of the players we have and I'm like, great options.
The player FC directly stems from this big squad that everyone's wanted.
Yeah. And this is, this is what I meant. It's like tonight I saw it, Kushner or Diaz. Why is it one or the other? Why can't we just be like, just think about this. When Diaz literally will time out, because he will, every player has their day. We're going to have a top class centre back to come in and take that place. We don't have to worry. No, but I'm talking about we're able to. You got Gay, but you don't have to worry about, well, Diaz goes, we need to go and buy someone, because you're going to have a top, potentially world-class centre-back to come in and take his place.
Yes, exactly.
That's something that excites me.
Yeah, I think the only concern is how patient Kusanov will be. Because a lot of players are not patient anymore. They just say, "Oh, I'm not getting the minutes. I'm out of here." So that to me is the only worry, is that he could potentially just be like, "Nah, I can go start somewhere else."
Well,
because other teams will start whispering in his ear. We've seen it this whole time with Pep. We've always had players leave, like rotation pieces leaving, and I think a lot of I know I'm worried that Kusanov will, because I see the potential in Kusanov, and I don't want him to leave.
I think you just have to, but he doesn't come. I think him coming from Uzbekistan helps with that. Just because, unlike a Mukasa or anything like that, there wasn't this big hype around him either when he came here, right? So he's been able to settle in. He's been able to learn the language. He's been able to do all that. I know there's a hype from within the fan base, but from around the league and stuff, he's not looked at that way right now. You're right.
Just another thing to add about. Sorry, just another thing to add about Kuznov as well. The 2027 AFC Asia Cup will be played from the 7th of January to the 5th of February 2027. So you're looking at Kuznov being out for up to a month. So that's more. That's
at the same time as AFCON,
but that's going back to what I said about the whole Vita Hayes sort of thing as well too, where I think it's important he comes back.
Tell you what, Mitch Duke, whoever's going to be up top for Australia, has got a tough game in there. Yeah.
Pat, are you
no, he won't have a chance when he's playing against Moture. Did you see he scored his first?
Oh yeah, Moture scored a hat trick.
Yeah, his debut against Norwich, scored a hat trick in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You Americans have got no chance.
Pat, are you coming up for that game?
It'll be a game time decision.
Oh wow.
So
like I'll make a choice like a month.
Trip, though. That's like
I'll make a decision like a month before.
Okay.
Yeah. Tariq, how did you find that second half? Did you think do you think it was we stepped off, or we were just controlling it, conserving energy?
I think it was so my frustration with the way that we have played in the last, I'm going to say last month, and maybe it's more, maybe it's less, I don't know. But based on the last month, we've had no control in second halves. Teams have pressed us and forced us into bad decisions, physically bullied us a little bit, all of those things. I didn't see that today. I didn't think it was that. I just think it was, again, we've got a 3-0 lead. We can kind of take our foot off the gas a little bit. We can effectively just see the game out. Every team's going to have some moments, some ups and downs or whatever, but I didn't see anything that make me worried about the match today, which is not the case for the last couple matches. So I'm good with it.
Anyone else think we were bad second half? Or it's fine. I mean,
that was the most control we've done all season.
Yeah. Not bad, just
it's not the first half. It's not the first half. It's just different. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit too.
Take care, everyone. Panel, chat, everybody, all the best. We'll see you in about 24 hours. Hey, Root.
Big up, mate.
I think the subs might be a key to fight this second half fatigue because Rodri is still not match fit for 90 minutes. You have seen he's slowly progressing, but he's still kind of gassing out around that 70th minute or so. So, and that's just something we have to deal with. But also Bernardo Silva is starting to gas out a little bit too. So it might help to start bringing on the younger legs earlier in those moments. I'm not saying that's the solution, but it's a potential solution. There's no harm in that.
Well, anyone having any issues with the subs? Obviously, Reinders came on, Nico G came on. Everyone think the subs did the job.
Yeah, and I think some of them might have been in the name of minutes limitation. I mean, Nunes seems like he'd be in the red zone if you really think about it, because he's starting game in, game out. Rodri was huffing and puffing again. So again, you're 3-0 up. You're more than entitled to make subs, so make the subs.
So I will say that I was working and watching at the same time, so I couldn't give 100% to either. But I don't know that I saw anything from any of the subs to be like, oh, they made a name for themselves, or they're forcing Pep to give them more minutes or anything like that. But they gave the people who they came in for a break. They gave them some time off. They got some minutes in their own legs. They're going to, so I don't think that they did anything special. There was nothing to write home about, but they did their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly stated.
Is anyone worried? Because I know Kath, I was going to save this for areas. That's why I've saved it. Going to have to watch the yellow cards, don't want important players missing. Also, the point was about Pep. I've not seen Pep get this many yellow cards, probably ever. Do you think there's... Do you think he's just got too emotional? I just think... Because I'm hearing Rodri talk about referees. Pep's now talking about referees. There does seem to be a bit of a feeling inside the camp of they're being hard done to and they're not going to keep quiet about it anymore. Because I don't know, but did you see Pep at full time at the ref?
I missed it.
I mean,
I literally had to sign
it was the hair pull thing too, right? The hair pull thing.
Well, yeah, the hair pull on. I know Ozzy talked about it all through on WhatsApp. He was like, how we got away with that?
I'd be very, very careful as to like just how much we do that, because just we as a fan base lay into Arsenal, Klopp, Arteta, you name it, about making so many.
Yeah,
mistakes.
that's what I'm thinking, Danny. Yeah, are we going OTT
like
with it?
like I said with the Gay thing last week, like Pep saying we need Gay for that cup final, mate. If Arteta did that, they'd want to chop his bollocks off for saying that. Like, so I'd just be careful. Like, I get he's passionate, but like at some point he's got to get back in his box. This isn't like a slight on Pep. It's just like I don't want to have different standards for different people.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because it's been talked about a lot. But when I hear it from one of the captains and then hearing it from Pep, it's clearly been talked about within the dressing room now.
Yeah, I just don't want him to get in their heads because they just start crying all the time. We are going to start getting suspensions, and I think when you just keep on relenting, like keep attacking the referees, they're definitely not going to favor you.
Yeah, and also
I don't want to cry because I don't want them to stop calling things on us, or they'll start giving us stupid yellows. And some people seem to think that was the case today. I didn't know. We got confused during the watch along when Pep got booked. We didn't know if Pep was yelling at the ref or if he was yelling at Nico G. Because Nico G had just gotten booked and then Pep got immediately booked, and we just couldn't tell. So I don't know if anybody has any insight into that, but was Pep yelling at the ref or was he yelling at the player for being an idiot and getting a yellow card?
The other concern I have is like I don't want this whole ref thing to like turn into some complacency. If we lose because of some issue that happened that day, I don't want it to be, oh, we were denied a penalty at 2-0 down. That's why we were 2-0 down in the first place. Like, it's a fine line to like just be careful with, don't overstep it.
Yeah.
And that's been my issue with the club
The only
recently.
thing I'll say was like a blatant like discrimination against us was that fucking handball against Spurs in the Champions League. That to me was just absolute. That cost us that tie, and I will never. That is the one thing I will never let go. But.
To Danny's point, a lot of times what's happened is we've had bad calls, and I think that they are objectively bad calls. Maybe other people disagree, right? But I think there have been some objectively bad calls that have happened The unfortunate part is when those things happen, it feels like our team has dropped their heads and, like you said, use that as an excuse. The reality is some of these things are happening in the first 10 minutes of a match. At some point, you have to put that behind you and go see the match out. You can't have something happen in minute 10 or minute 5, lose a match and then say, well, because of what happened in minute 5 or minute 10. No, you still had 70, 80 minutes left to change the outcome and to do something about it, and we didn't. And so we can't make excuses, but we also know what we see, and there are things that haven't been or don't appear to be on the up and up. But I will be the first to say, these things have blue tint in them, sky blue tint, and so I see things from a sky blue perspective, and so it makes me I see it one way. But
yeah, no, like the thing is, a lot of these decisions, like the one that was like really game changing was the Solanke one on Gay a few weeks ago against Tottenham. The Wolves one, right? The Liverpool one. The game was already won, or mostly won. It's like at that point, it's like I don't think it's really worth making a whole big thing of it. We won the game anyway. Like, we can move on from it after a couple of days. There was one that was game changing, and that's about it. So again, I want to watch players perform. I don't want it to be the referee show every week. If there's a bad call, fine. I've accepted that the referees are bad. We don't have to keep repeating the referees are shit every single year, because we know they are. They're bad for everyone. It's not just us. Arsenal have been shafted. Wolves used to get shafted every week. It's our turn to have the short end of the stick now. So
spot on. Right, we are 3 points behind them. They said we were 9 points. I heard Gal the other day giving it the large in 12B. Title's over. They're going to win it by so many. Now, I get the next time we play, we are potentially going to be 9 points behind because they've moved their game that they postponed for the cup final because they moved forward. We can't do ours because Palace are still involved in the... They're in the Conference League.
They're in the Conference League, yeah.
Yeah, they're in the Conference League, so we can't rearrange ours. So, I mean, for me, though, I think, listen, it's over to Arsenal tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Now, I know they all think they're just going to walk into the G-Tech and storm all over them. But if they drop points, that's 6 points behind, potentially, with a game in hand, and still got to come to the Etihad. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I think City people ain't going to like this, and they're going to think I'm being all happy-clappy. I don't care. I think City will win this league. I think we're building a momentum now.
I think Arsenal are too confident that they're going to win that game. I feel like we're too confident that they're not. So we just have to see what happens.
Yeah. I did see some Arsenal fans today. They were like, "Oh my God, could you have not waited Tottenham a week to sack your manager before you went and did that?" Because they're fearful of the new manager bounce. I do think that North London derby will now be harder.
I don't know who the hell Tottenham are going to bring in. I don't know who's
There's rumors.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zerbi.
Oh God.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a baptism of fire that their first game is going to be the North London derby at home.
Well,
any chance
Eric's first game was City at home, and he got them fired up for it. So hopefully, they have the same knock-on effect.
They're not in the playoff too, so they can actually train. They can actually have time to train.
Yeah,
any chance they hold on till the summer and go for Pochettino after this World Cup?
No.
The homecoming.
Said he wants to go back to Spurs.
I don't think they can it, but a simple fact is they're too close to a rally. Because I don't normally listen to Terry because I think Terry can be a bit biased. That's my opinion. Don't know him personally. So I'm not going to call him out. I think he can be a bit biased. But he said something today I thought was spot on. If Tottenham end up in that bottom three, I don't think they've got the mentality to get out of it. Xavi Simons is not there for a relegation fight. And he's not got the dog's bollocks for a relegation fight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and that's why I think Tottenham have to start performing soon. Because if they don't, they're in serious trouble. Serious trouble. So all we can do is take it a game at a time. But what has gone? All I keep hearing is City are 2 wins in. By the way, that's 3 wins in 2026 now. But I've had a look at the last 6 games, the form guide. Now I know Arsenal are playing tomorrow, but as of right now, Arsenal have collected 11 points from their last 6 games in the league. Manchester City have collected 11 points from their last 6 games. Why is one shit and the other one's the best team in the whole universe? When in the form guide, we're told we're crap, we've collected the same amount of points. I don't get it. I need explaining to me what's going on here. Because we're actually matching them stride for stride at the minute. We're only about 2 or 3 goals behind them in defence, and we're scoring more goals than them. I'm not seeing a big difference between the 2 teams right now.
Well, the difference
Where I'm seeing the difference is the
I'll
fan
let Danny
bases.
go, but I'll go after.
The difference is 6 points. The table says 6 points. That's not a trivial gap.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
not.
feel as though the 15 points clear the way they're talking.
Yeah, true. I still think it's very much in their hands. But
Oh, yeah. No, of course it is, Danny. I think where I'm a bit confused of is the way we're talked about so badly by our fans, and they're talked about like the prime Real Madrid in 2003.
Oh, yeah. You would expect a 15-point gap based on the discrepancy.
It's because of this whole standard BS morning thing, right? People are trying to compare us to the Treble team and the 4P team and Champions League winners, and Arsenal fans are just hoping for some glory after 20 years. That's the main difference between the fan bases right now. Arsenal fans are shitting themselves to get over this finish line, and City fans are complaining about former glory. That's the main difference.
Yeah,
I
by the
think
way,
there's
when I
another
said 2 or 3, I'm
element, too.
talking goal difference. They have a 2 better goal difference than us. That's it. They've still
Now,
got.
granted, they could push that out tomorrow.
No, they could.
Or they could leave it there, or they could drop it back and come even closer to us. So, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But it's only, to your point, it's only two goals in the goal difference.
And mind you, 2 goal difference is us beating them directly by 1 goal. They get -1. We get plus.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I think there's another aspect to this also. All we've been hearing about all season is Arsenal are the best team in the world, and they have the best squad, and they have the best this and the best that, the best everything. And then when you think about City, you're like, wow, City, they keep falling apart the second half of games. They're full of injuries. They've got players who just aren't good enough anymore. Everyone loves to rip on Phil Foden, this and that. I mean, neutrals too, rivals. So I think the fact that if we're this horrible team and they're this greatest team in the world, and the difference between us right now is only 6 points. Well, actually, technically, it's only 3 right now, but obviously we'll see how that is tomorrow. That kind of shatters their narrative that they are the best and that they're this elite team that's, we're going for the quad, we're coming for Centurions, we're coming for the quadruple, all this stuff, and we're going to win everything. We're the best thing since sliced bread. The fact that we have struggled a lot this season. We're getting new players into the team. We've had a lot of injuries and all that kind of stuff. If we're that close to them, I think that's going to scare them. That's going to scare them, and they're going to realize, oh, you're not the best anymore.
What 6-point lead have they got?
Well, they could have a 6-point lead after tomorrow.
It would be, tomorrow it could be a 6-point
technically it's 3, but they have a game in hand, right? It's 3 goals.
Oh, yeah, when we were in first place with the game in hand,
when we were second with the
place.
game in hand, and they were all saying we're 8 points clear.
Let them say what they want to say. They'll either win the league or they'll look very, very small.
No, but some of them, I'm sorry, some of them failed maths.
Also, remember, they're looking for constant validation because they have done nothing in 20 years and they've never won a European trophy. They're just looking for any kind of validation they could get. And for a while, that crutch has been that they're the best team. And now we're creeping up on them, and maybe they're realizing they're not the best.
But Ash, you are going tomorrow to an informed Brentford who've won 4 out their last 6. They've lost 1 at home all season, which was against us. And you're talking like you're just rocking up and slapping them. I think this is my part of it. I'm sorry to turn into an Arsenal. This is what I think. If Arsenal, I've always said this. I think Arsenal are a great team. I think Arteta is actually doing a brilliant job. You know what puts me off Arsenal? Their arrogant fan base. And they don't get that. This is what Haaland meant by the be humble part. They're not being humble. They're being now disrespectful the way they're talking. Because they're like, well, it'll be 6 points. Well, you haven't played Brentford yet. What happens if it's not 6? You're doing the Liverpool thing at the start of the season. We've won the league. We've spent half a bill. We're off. Just let's get there first. I know Tariq's got a dip because it is late for them as over there as well. So big up Tariq.
Danny, cruising.
Appreciate
Always
it.
welcome, mate.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Expecting a win. Yeah, I think it is slightly. Yeah.
Expecting a win over any team is disrespectful.
Wanting to win
us to win any
is
game.
different to we will win. Yes. That's the difference. If we talked like that, you'd say we talk about our accomplishments, Ash, and you don't like it.
let them talk, Martin.
Yeah. Right. I wanted to mention briefly something there.
Sounds like he's doing dishes in the background.
He was doing something. Salford City.
Well, Martin, before you go into Salford, I've also been a little birdie told me we're also going to have scouts at that game tomorrow for Arsenal.
For Coyote? Or we scout Yuri and Timber? No.
You mean for
scouting
the
Declan Rice. I got in a big we had a big fight about this earlier.
No, it's about for the right back. It's about for the right back for Brentford.
Yeah. Coyote. Coyote.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think. Listen, scouts are all over the show. I would say that scouts are always doing the job. I think he's a good player. I don't know a lot about him. I don't know if you do, Dana. Do you know anything about Kyle?
He's meant to be quite good. He was also quite good in Italy.
Is he a right back or a right wing back? Is he more just a solid right back?
I think he's either. I can't remember. I want to say Fiorentina played a 4 at the back.
He played high. He plays high for Brentford.
Brentford are always this team with marauding, crazy fullbacks. So
yeah. He plays high for Brentford. You'll see him up the pitch attacking a lot for Brentford.
Coyote, no.
For
we could use a second option there.
Where are you at with Salford, by the way? Are we going a bit? Because I'm going to be honest, and this is the thing that will probably annoy a lot of people. I think we'll be a lot stronger than people even realise. Because Danny and Kel said this. Half our EDS is now out. They're all out on loan. So unless we're going to call up, we haven't got Mafuna, we haven't got Mikasa. By the way, big up last night. Leicester fans were very impressed with him last night. Not impressed with the team, but they were impressed with him.
Want to say hi? You say hi?
I've got a feeling this is going to be stronger because I think you'll see a midfield. I think you'll get Nico G midfield.
And Nico?
You got Rico at right back, Martin? Who do you have at right back?
I think Nunes might have to play.
Oh, so you're going to go.
Husanov could play because you can play John Stones, Max Elaine, and Husanov.
I think it'll be Kushanoff, John Stones, Max Elaine. Ain't Nori or O'Reilly.
Do we know what's happened to Ake? So Ake in at left back.
Oh, Ake, yeah. Good. Thank you, Ake. Unless we give him the time to recover.
If he's all right.
I don't know if he's going to put two, because I think he's still going to want to have that attacking option out there.
Is that true?
Sean Dyche got sacked.
No, he didn't. No way. Well, they are close to relegation.
I'm looking it up right now.
Because they didn't win. They didn't beat Wolves.
We've already seen on Sky Sports, I think you've seen this, Martin, Harry Redknapp begging for the Spurs job. Maybe he goes to Forest.
Is that?
Bit of Barclays throwback there. Bit of Harry Redknapp. He got QPR relegated, so maybe not the best option.
Fabrizio Romano. Wait. What are we doing? Okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Fabrizio just tweeted it right a second ago.
Yeah.
Fabrizio
Yeah,
Romano, 1 minute ago, Sean
No,
Dyche
there's
has
3
been sacked
points.
at the
Force
Oh
only 3
no!
points.
That means we
Force-
have to have a new manager bounce when they play and they come to us. No.
Forest is only 3 points ahead of West Ham right now.
How many managers is that they've had in a
3.
season?
That'll be their
3.
4th manager,
Yeah,
I think.
very
Oh,
many.
man. Are you okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Marinakis
Yeah,
is quite tricky.
I'm actually, you saw what I say, cushion on Max
They're
Lane, John
getting Thomas
Stone.
Frank.
I think Nico G will be a holder. Rico Lewis. I do think Cherky will start.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be too soon for Docker. Too soon for Savio, Sadler.
Yeah.
I think Reinders might play, you know.
Yeah, Tijani
He's on
could
the
start. I think McAdoo could be the academy guy who starts. Obviously,
see.
Jim Trafford will start.
McAdoo will
and-
start.
We'll
yeah.
see about McKay because EDS play on Friday, and then they might.
I was going to say that.
They might
What-
Is
drop
that a
him
big
to-
game for them?
Oh, they're all kind of big. It's table placement, and then the under 18s play a derby on Saturday. They might drop him down because sometimes they drop the younger EDS players down for the big U18 games. So you might see Regan Heskey or McAdoo play that one.
Well, the women play on Friday, don't they?
The women play Friday.
Yeah,
I
they're
was
playing
looking at
this.
I was looking at the EDS's schedule. They play on a bunch of Fridays in a row. I don't know if that starts this Friday or the next one. I
I'll
want
have
to
a
say
look now.
Yeah, we'll pay attention to that.
Wow,
on
Sean
Friday.
Dyche got sacked. That's crazy.
Goes
You
down
okay? First
Friday.
season?
Yeah, the EDS play. They're away.
Yeah, they play
um,
Derby. Yeah.
Derby.
so
Yeah,
that's
we'll
like-
know when we see their lineup and their squad on Friday. We'll know what's going to happen. What are you doing?
Well, the under 18s play.
Man United. as I said.
No, it's the derby, isn't it?
Yeah, I told you with the big league games, they sometimes drop the younger EDS players down. We dropped Heskey down for the away fixture for United this season, so we'll see.
So McAdoo might. Well, I
Yeah,
think
they
that
might
would be
see
the
McAdoo
interesting
there.
one.
But then again, they're just like the first team where they've got so many fantastic attacking options that you can just.
Oh, and I do think Mamie will play up front as well.
Oh yeah. Holland, nowhere. I would not even put. Like I said, Holland, Bernardo, and Rodri. Don't even put them in the squad. They're like, we need them the rest of the season healthy. So don't even play them in this game. Don't even.
But yeah, right. I don't want to end on this, but I want to get your guys' opinion. There's a little bit of a warm up for tomorrow. This ticket situation. I don't word it without. Do you think the club are losing touch with fans?
100%.
No, I think so. Again, I'm not a consistent match goer, but I have dealt with the ticket office. I have my own experiences with the ticket office, having been over there a couple months ago.
Well, how do you find it? How did you find it, Dana? Tell you what, that'd be a good. How did you find it?
They're just, I don't know. They're just not very helpful. They're friendly, but they don't do a good job of it. Because I remember my tickets for West Ham were fine, but for the EDS game I went to, for the League Cup game I went to, my tickets weren't downloading them to my wallet, and I gave them a ring. They were like, "Oh, we'll resend it to your email." They sent me like the totally wrong thing to my email, so I had to go on a different account on the City site and like rebuy the tickets. So it was only an extra tenner, but again, it's something that should be sorted out.
You couldn't just go to like the ticket window and do it there, or
No, we don't do that. No, that's old hat. That Kels though. There's no ticket windows you go to now and have a chin wag
wow.
with it. No,
my
Yeah,
only
no.
experience was I didn't go to the city ticket office, but I went to the Spurs Stadium in 2023, and we went to the ticket window, and they actually gave us like printout tickets to like commemorate, like, oh, you've gone to the Spurs game. I was with a Spurs fan. That's the only reason I went.
Do you know what made it worse tonight was? City was selling tickets at over 70 quid tonight.
That's ridiculous. That's
Cool.
Saw something that they were 25 quid.
On a third-hand ticket sale. I think it was Tick-X or something.
Oh,
24 quid. They were selling them tonight.
and people
City were selling it at more than 3 times than what a third-party seller was selling them at.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy. And there's issues. And by the way, I'm going to go in this. People think it's just the tickets. There's issues with stewards.
Yep.
There's issues with,
About that.
because unfortunately, I keep saying this, you don't have to, it is not a prerequisite to be a City fan to get a job at Manchester City.
Yep.
It's a job. It's like a player. You don't have to have grown up in the streets of Moss Side.
Right.
to
Was
play
it
for City.
this season or last season where like someone got fired for like wearing a United hat like as one of the workers at the I can't remember.
Oh, the guy, yeah, selling concessions. Yeah, I remember that.
There was some guy selling concessions. He was wearing like a United hat or something.
And I think it was it a derby?
Someone grasped on him and he got fired for it.
Well,
Maybe the guy take his hat
on
off.
that.
Give him a
Do you
new
know
hat.
they even down? You know what they said? Like, they have kids tickets, 18 to 21, and then they have adult, and then they have OAPs, and you can't normally go under. Tonight was open to everyone. So an adult could go on a child's ticket tonight. There was no age restrictions on any tickets tonight. And they still couldn't sell the damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do things that we just don't do in America. Like, you don't have to have a ticket member. You don't have to buy a membership to buy
No,
tickets.
you do. No, you do now. It's £35 to be a member at Sir.
Yeah, £35.
Yeah, but I'm saying in America, we don't have that. If you have your ticket, you could do what you want with it. You could sell it back to the club or give it to the club to sell for you on a ticket exchange. But if you just want to give it to your friend, you can. And the fact that you guys can't do that, I heard you have to go through hoops. Like, I've heard you have to call him for 2 hours on the phone to try to pass the ticket to like your kid or something like that.
I'll put it this way.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Saturday right now, it's £30 a ticket, £20 and over 16. Under 18s, only £7.50. In the East Stand, there is over 2,000 tickets still available. There's about 4,000, 5,000 tickets still available for the Salford game.
Yeah. Another thing is we saw like the Galatasaray game. You had stewards telling home fans like unzip their jackets, take their hats off in cold weather. You have the away fans bringing flares into the stadium. Like,
yeah,
inconsistencies.
And like that last year, the Real Madrid guy had the buzz clippers. How are you getting buzz clippers through security? And why? Why would anybody bring buzz clippers to a game? That makes no sense to me at all. And
what happened?
The way they treat the home fans, it's like they're trying to drive them out, but then they're catering to the tourist dollars. But tourists ain't showing up mid.
Kel, this is why I want to ask you three. This is why I think you three are the perfect people to ask this. Because, and this is, by the way, when I say this is no shade. I'm talking about this in a way of the club. The club are catering to fans abroad like yourselves. I know for a fact fans abroad want to come and sit with local City fans because we're all Blues. Danny, I know for a fact, wants to come over and he wants to sit with his mates, Briggsy and others, and wanted to meet me and we have a drink and all that. He wants to do that. Yes. He doesn't want to come over with a load of people who are from all over the world and he doesn't know anyone.
Look, Martin,
when I was there for 2 weeks, I wanted to live like you guys for 2 weeks. I'm not one of them who just goes to the match and goes back. I did that after Brentford.
It's the same when she wants to come over.
No one I knew was at that Brentford game because I was meant to see Pulpy there, but something came up at work for him, so I couldn't. But like West Ham, again, I ain't going to go into details, but the night I had after West Ham, absolutely mental. That's what I was there for, to see people.
2 beers and you were done?
But guys, do you think it's also because they have that Barcelona background? And Barcelona is not – it kind of is that where it's foreign fans and foreign fans are sitting everywhere and foreign fans are, there's not this really big Barcelona core when you go to Barcelona, right? It kind of is like a amusement – we're on stateside, like an amusement park for fans, right? Could it be that experience with Barcelona?
Well, yeah, I think like
Soriano, yes. But Soriano's got to be careful because he also owned a holiday company that went bust and he left a lot of people abroad, stranded. So you got to be careful because people will rip up. See, the difference is I'm trying to save some of this for tomorrow because I was at a meeting with my nephews last week where the answer's been told. I felt by the end of the meeting, the club knew they were doing wrong. The club knew what they were doing. They just didn't care.
You have to wonder, like,
problem.
Yeah, I think someone at the top wants this. And
like today, Andrew, this is what got me goat today. You want to fill the stadium for City versus Fulham, and all that came out about was the hotel prices on the 1st of October. I got an email about it.
I didn't see him. How about
you know what makes me laugh? They've got my address on file. Guys, you think I'm staying in a hotel 5 minutes up the road from my house? Are you taking the piss?
They probably just did a mass email, Martin. They just probably did a
No,
mass.
but,
What did the room start at? Like
No,
500 quid a
there's
night?
no reason for him to do that. Unless he wants to share a room with you.
but what am I doing here?
Pause. Pause.
Do you know? And the other sad thing is, and this got said last week in the meeting as well, they better pray this 115 don't it? Because if it does, they're screwed.
Yeah.
Because the people they're catering to abroad, I know you guys
They're not
know,
coming.
there are some people abroad who won't come over to watch Manchester City versus Cheltenham Town. It's not on the bucket list.
Oh, we did play Cheltenham Town, but it was away. So
Well, we did, yeah, in the cup.
Yeah.
I agree. I like it. I like your knowledge there, Danny. The thing is, I look at Danny, and this is where I think foreign fans get shafted as well. Danny is a young lad.
I am a young lad.
Danny is stateside. But you know what Danny did? He went away and he learnt about Manchester City. He learnt about the EDS, the ethos, where we've come from. Ed, exactly the same. Kelster, I've sent the amount of stuff I've sent to Kelster on YouTube about the history, and she's asked for it.
I do watch it. I have a
This
terrible
is
memory.
not an us and them situation. The club have made an us and them situation. People abroad don't want a half segregated fan base. We work together. We work better together. I'm sorry, the club are screwing this up. And I'm not having Caldoon doesn't know now about it anymore because that's ignorance now. That's ignorant.
Martin, I think we'll definitely probably hear about it in his interview. I think Caldoon would definitely probably
I'll come over for that, Steve Black.
But we were told, but he said it in his interview this year, Ed, and now changed.
I mean, that's all we can do is keep on pushing it,
Yeah.
Nobody in Manchester can afford £2,700 a season ticket.
No.
Yeah. They were announcing this new corporate section or whatever, and I made a tweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, these empty seats at that goal you kick into in the second half of the game, that's going to look fantastic on TV when it's completely empty and you have no atmosphere and people are like constantly cooking you. I
Don't care
like
then.
them to be embarrassed. Like they should be embarrassed by empty seats, and they should be doing things like there was a baseball owner in for they used to be called the Anaheim Angels. Now, for some odd reason, they're called the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels. I don't know why. But that guy, new owner, rich guy, he bought the team and he lowered the beer prices, he lowered the ticket prices, and they got more fans in the stadium. So, like, if you're gonna alienate your local fan base and cater to the tourist market, you better be winning titles every year, because the second you drop off, the tourists are gone. They're already not coming midweek because it's midweek. They have to work. They're only going to come on the weekends. And if you don't have local fans because you've pissed them off so badly that they're giving up their tickets voluntarily, you're not going to have a crowd, and you're really going to make no money. So you can't have it both ways. You have to balance it. You can have some of the corporate stuff, but you don't need them behind the goal. Put them in that like middle tier section, like the second, like there's where you sit, and then behind you like the concourse. Turn that concourse into some corporate stuff. Those people aren't going to even be there. They're going to be getting drunk at the bar at halftime. They're not going to be there. Like, so if we score a goal 5 minutes into the second half, it's going to look dead on TV, and people will be like, "What's going on here?" It's like, yeah, they're all getting drunk in the bar. They don't give a crap. I've seen it a lot with the American sports. When the team is bad, the corporate stuff's empty, and they make no money, and then their seats are empty because they've driven away the fans, so they literally have no one at the games.
Yeah,
Oakland A's are a perfect example of this.
Just some quotes from Pep tonight, a little bit of fun we'll end on. He has compared Kushner to Kyle Walker.
Oh,
fair enough.
Which I love.
He's more letter type to me, but
he had a slight
always
moment.
doing this, man. Pep, why Pep does this? I don't know.
Well, he also had a slight moment. He had a bit of a reminisce over KDB and lost it for a moment. Because he was like, KDB's still a City player. Oh, no, he's not. Inside, which was quite funny. He's not. You can see that still bothering him a little bit. He talks about Mateus Nunes, like we said, credible pace going forward. Loves him. Talks about how Semenyo's took a lot of pressure off Erling Haaland since he's come in. And then he just, because they asked him, he said, Pep Guardiola saw a few minutes of cushion off in right back, and he is a Kyle Walker type in his prime, and I know he can do that. So that's big praise indeed. I mean, it's why I said, Kelsey, you heard that. Once he's in that team, you ain't going to get him out. He's going to be one of the mainstays. And do you know what's really weird is he's still not great at his English. He's still
we got a potentially world-class player on our hands.
He's no William Shakespeare.
Let's keep him happy. Like even today he played 30 minutes. That's good. Like don't give him 10 minutes. Like give him, keep them. Also, like I said, Diaz is picking up more injuries. You can rotate him a bit more to keep him a little bit fresher too. Like we said, we do it with Doku. We should do it with Diaz too, because Diaz is like, you just can't deny it. He is picking up more injuries as he gets older.
Yeah, Des Walker, Jesus, I hope he doesn't mean Des Walker.
Oh,
Jesus. I hope he doesn't mean aside of Kyle Walker either. I don't want him seeing
he's married. He's not gonna.
I don't want him with his Jack Jones out in the night.
Well, Kelster, Walker was we're not gonna
I think in that religion it's very, very, very taboo to adultering and stuff. I'm not sure. I apologize if I misrepresented it, but I think they're a little stricter on that than.
But no, a little bit more of a record, by the way, which I didn't know this. City have won 55 games unbeaten now, midweek at home.
Damn.
Impressive. Yeah, I can't really think of it last.
In the league, before someone says we got beat off by Leverkusen in the league.
What was the last time we did
Kyle
lose?
Walker type in his prime.
In
Wow,
the league.
I see the quote now.
See, my knowledge doesn't remember that. We do
55. I don't know.
Because what, you'd have about six of a season, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah. Well, I think there's been more this season, haven't there? There's been quite a lot. Actually.
Oh, and there were a metric fuck ton during the COVID year and during the 22-23 as well, because of the World Cup.
Yeah, it was mentioned on BBC Manchester on the way home tonight by Jim Whitler.
Yeah, interesting.
And it was like Spurs was it? Right, there you go. That's
right.
That's crazy.
Spurs.
Oh, that was midweek. That was midweek.
That
was midweek. I remember watching that. And I was I didn't have a job.
No, because pulpit can't be because Leverkusen was midweek.
They must mean in the Premier League, not in
Yeah, they did say Premier League.
Okay, then it has been a while.
Oh, Martin Fulop, what a guy. The only Hungarian to play for City, I think.
Well, it looks like Erling Haaland's trying to recruit another Hungarian, just saying.
Yeah, I think City should start playing all games in midweek now.
Because the thing is, you don't tend to play a lot of big teams midweek. I know in Pep's first season, we had a derby midweek that we drew 0-0. But again, you don't really play the big teams midweek. It's a lot of throwaway teams. So it does make sense. Yeah, the Crouch goal, and then he scored the own goal to get us into the Champions
League. I saw his Instagram. That was great.
Oh, so that's the league game, right? So I know which one he moves now. He's talking about the one when Mancini came in his first season, and he scored. And then the year after,
the year after he scored the own goal, and that's how we got to the Champions League. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if he had scored that own goal? Where would we be today without that own goal?
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, it was Spurs. Mancini's when he used to have his little
David Bentley, yeah. Arsenal.
Anyway, right, we'll leave it there. Final thoughts, guys.
No, it's great to have back-to-back wins. It's on
5 out the last 6.
Yes. Newcastle coming next Premier League game is Newcastle, and we just have to keep it going.
Win a game now, Ed. Be careful. Oh, sorry. I have
his dogs are coming back.
There was a question I had to ask because people are killing me over it.
Please.
Phil Foden was at a red.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Probably not.
No, that wasn't reckless. That wasn't. Come on, man.
My dad always says that's an orange card.
It's like, that's not a red. That's not a red. Come on.
That was a light orange.
Light orange.
Sunset orange. We'll call it sunset orange.
Well, saying that is our 20th.
Shut up, Steve.
20th win over Fulham as well on the bounce.
Indeed.
Oh, you want to talk about Oscar Bob, the reception you got from the fans, Oscar Bob?
Oh, I don't
It was nice to see
He got
that.
a lovely
Did you sing the
reception.
song? No.
Yep, we sang the song. He got a great
Ole,
reception
ole.
by the 15 people that was in there.
They said he did us a favor when he had a chance to score and he scuffed it like in the 85th minute or something.
You mean that's why he was let go, Kels? Because let me stop. Anyway,
yeah, honestly, he got a hero's reception coming back. It was nice for him, actually.
Yeah, I don't feel good about that because I think our fans have always been really good with him because when he came back from injury, he got a really nice reception too, despite him being kind of a bit part player. So I think we'll just always remember that goal, that Newcastle goal. That'll be like stuff of legend, maybe not a legend, but like one of those cult moments, like one of those cult classic references type things. Just we'll never forget that. That is why we won the league. The last time we won the league, so I think we'll just never forget that. Ed's dog is
going on. Sounds like there's a sea lion.
Yeah, my dog wants to go outside. I'm holding him until.
All right, okay, right.
Yeah,
Claudio
yes.
Ramos, much to runs. Stephen Kelstar, I'm on the verge of saying stop the flirtiness because you're at it every show now, you two.
Nah, Steve's great.
Yeah, you're like the people who pull the little girl's hair in the playground when the kids are,
What? Like the Fulham guy on Semenyo?
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, no, enjoyed that. Like I said, really enjoyed that. Really good show. We're back tomorrow night, Thursday night chat. City, we have a problem. We're going to talk about Salford in the cup, but we are going to talk about the situation in more depth. Update on the prediction leagues. Rich has got 0 because he didn't get anything today. I got a point, so I closed the gap. Pat got 3 points because he got the right score, so he dropped.
No, he didn't. Pat didn't get the right score. He said 3-1.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Let's not do that, Martin. Let's not do
I thought he
that.
said 3. Who said 3-0 then? Someone
Nobody said
3-0.
3-0. Ozzy said 4-0.
Oh, right. So Pat's going to drop another 2. Ozzy and Pat are on 22. Ed's gained a point.
I should have said 3-0. I was debating between 3-0 and 3-1.
Yeah, Ed,
Well,
you've
went
eclipsed
quicker.
Derby County 0708. Hope you feel happy about that.
No.
Well, they had 11 points,
I should have 16 because I had a correct score because I came late to the party. I've made some correct predictions.
Yeah, sure.
I
Big up
did.
to everyone. Thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, really enjoyed that. What's happened? Alan has left the channel to just for his work commitments and time, and it's better for him. That's all. And we wish him all the best moving forward. Still a friend of the channel. Don't worry. Just better for his work and his timings and things like that. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. with Thursday Night Chat. And then Friday, we are back, Oil Brothers, at 8 p.m. on Friday. And then we'll be back Sunday night. We're going to have Saturday off because I'm going out. I'm going out. And then Friday, we'll be back Sunday with the Salford post-match.
I'm just going to say this, guys. I don't know if I'll be here Sunday because Saturday will be a lot for me. So I will try to do my best. I will try to do my best.
Yeah,
Going
good
to
luck
club?
with whatever it is. Or
Party
sorry if it
like
happened.
party? No.
So you're telling me now that you're going to miss a show? It's not in the calendar. I've had no holiday request. How rude.
How dare you?
I put in my FMLA, so it doesn't matter what you say, boss. Danny, you want to explain to him what that is? You guys want
Oh, what? An FMLA?
Yeah. It's a medical. It's medical.
Oh,
It's a
I
medical thing.
genuinely
It's a
couldn't.
medical thing. So if you have FMLA, you can put it in for like medical reasons.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Oh. What he means is he's going to Valentine's. He's taking the other half.
fair enough. Nothing screams single like waking up at 7 a.m. on Valentine's Day to watch us put 6 past Salford City.
Hey, I'll be there. Danny, you can come join
I still watch the game.
Danny, you should join
game. I watch the match.
We need
you
some.
know?
We need some good
Yeah.
tactical.
Valentine's Day is not a medical reason.
Well, it could be, but we're not going to make that joke.
Right. Whoa, right. We're going to leave it there. Anyway, big up, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Is that Blue Chew?
See that move. 3 points behind Arsenal. Now it's over to you, Arsenal boys. It's over to you. We'll see what you do, and hopefully Brentford have a little something for us tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30. And as always, up the Blues. Smash those likes, hit that subscribe. Take care.
Clean sheet.